welcome to our own Paulsboro. This show comes to you from the Boys and Girls Club here on Penn Line Street, a place that we visited many times. It's prospering, and we're here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the place is bustling, which it's supposed to be. And it's a special occasion. It seems annually for the last handful of years. It's been a wonderful special delivery made around Christmas time, and that's going to be a segment as we go. But Irma, what a nice place to visit.
John, this is wonderful for our youth in Paulsboro. It is just wonderful. I remember the good old days of St. Anthony's, all the Italian weddings here. You'd crash the wedding about 8 o'clock at night. They didn't know who crashed the wedding. And then the Democrat Club made here. This has wonderful memories. And now look what we're doing for our youth in Paulsboro.
Yeah, and a reminder, it was a gift from Mobil Oil. Dale Choate at the time, and Ida Walker made it happen. But a lot of people put the club together. We've told the story a few times, but it's a good one. We're going to be right back. We're going to continue from the Boys and Girls Club. We've got a couple segments we think you're going to enjoy. Stay with us. We've got a wonderful studio audience here. They're going to applaud right now.
Hey.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like TrueTest paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
And welcome back once again. As I mentioned, sort of an annual event, not to be taken for granted, but very important. Our friends at CH2M, Tim has got it on his shirt. I'm with Chris Lawrence. Tim, what is your last name?
Duncan.
Tim Duncan. I should know that. We've only worked together down at the port now for 2 years. The engineering firm has, through the years, done this program, which Chris is going to explain, but they're not strangers to Paulsboro. They have been the lead engineering firm and design firm on the Paulsboro port, which first ship is scheduled to arrive in January, and that's only on phase 1. But Chris and Tim, welcome, and you brought a special delivery today.
We did, John. This is our, we believe, 6th year coming to Paulsboro. Every year, the employees of the Philadelphia office will schedule a fundraiser. We raise money, about $20,000 again this year, and we'll use that to buy bikes, which we then use to make contributions to many of the communities we work in.
That's a big deal. And how many bikes total, Tim? Do you know? Because you're dropping off 30 today, but the overall program?
Overall, I think we have 250 this year.
It's a real number. And who puts them together?
So that's the other side of our program. We work with a nonprofit organization in West Philadelphia called Neighborhood Bike Works. They hire youth from their community who come in and they get paid for every bike they assemble. They're under the supervision of people who are skilled mechanics. So they learn not only the skills of putting the bike together, mechanical skills, but they'll learn a certain level of responsibility, punctuality, and some other responsibilities that come with being part of that program.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn some of that myself, by the way, as we move along. Now, is this the single drop-off today, Tim, or do you have other stops today?
This is it for today. We have another one Friday, another one Saturday, then more as the month goes on.
Well, it's a wonderful program, fellas, by the way. And a big thank you to all the employees who worked through that fundraiser, because these bikes are going to make Christmas a little more special for a few people over time. And the Boys and Girls Club knows how to move them out and get them to the right household. So for the Boys and Girls Club family, we're very grateful. And thank both of you. The mayor's going to come on later, but it's a good program. Let's have some applause from our audience before we go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services, Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back. Again, we continue from the Boys and Girls Club. This wonderful building, as it's been converted, has 2 floors. You remember one of our shows was downstairs, which is the teen center, after that big investment was made there, and a number of kids are down there as we host this part of the program. But we have a number of people to visit with here because at least once a year, and this has been a good occasion, we like to get an update from the Boys and Girls Club. It's become an integral part of this community. This is after school, and this is a good program. You can see by our live studio audience today. Let me turn to Gerald Hodge, who is, of course, a Paulsboro guy and a friend, and Gerald has been quarterback in this club for some time. Gerald, every time I walk in, it just feels friendly.
Thank you, and we appreciate that. We contribute that to the program in itself. We are here to serve our families in our community, do the best we can, keep our kids safe and our parents at work, knowing that their kids are in a safe place.
It's a good deal, and there'll be a small meal served, aren't there today?
Yes, every day, 5 days a week, there's a nice hot meal served through our food program here at the Boys and Girls Club. Starts at 5:15, ends at 6. Every night there's a good, hearty, hot meal coming out of that kitchen.
Is there a cocktail hour as well?
Only if you're paying, John.
Very good. And standing next to him is Robert. Robert, what's your last name?
Taylor.
You know, I should know that too. Robert Taylor. He's the executive director because the Boys and Girls Club that started in Paulsboro with the real guidance of people like Dan Dalton, Jim D'Aloisio, Judge DeSimone, grew into the Boys and Girls Club of Gloucester County. Robert, thanks for being here as well. Thanks for the hospitality. This organization continues to grow.
Yeah, John, we do continue to grow. We're serving about 225 kids a day throughout the county, Glassboro, Paulsboro, and Woodbury. We're looking to expand. It's because of the generosity of citizens and leaders like yourself and the corporations like today in these bikes. That's what makes it happen. People make a difference, and every day we're trying to make a difference for the kids that need us the most and have them be the future leaders and citizens of leading this community.
And by the way, as you say that, you know, we're coming to year's end. People plan their finances, and charitable giving is deductible. Certainly on the federal level. Not a bad thing to remind people that they've got a warm place in their heart for something like this. They can help these kids out by writing a check as part of their charitable contribution. If they have an interest in doing that, who do they contact?
Well, they can go right to our website and look up the Boys and Girls Club and go to our website, and there's a donation button right on the front page. It'll take you 30 seconds. Every donation that's made, we did an economic development study, and for every dollar that the Boys and Girls Club invests in the community, there's a $15 return to the community. So it's not just a donation, but it's an investment in the youth and the futures of your community.
Yeah, and by the way, for the pictures you're seeing here, we're only in one room, and this is after school. We're going to turn now. Always happy to have the mayor on the show. Gary had a chance to come by. Of course, he's in his black suit. I don't know if that's good or bad for somebody earlier today, but
right after this, heading to the funeral home.
Business is good. And
nobody recognizes me unless I'm in a black suit anymore.
And Councilman John Giovanetti, both he and Gerald share the same barber, as you can tell. But Gary, you know, from the mayor's standpoint, you have to be heartened when you see this stuff.
You know, businesses contributing to our town, helping kids in need who can't afford these bikes, help Santa too, and it shows a commitment from our town to the businesses to the town. We're all working together to move Paulsboro forward, and you know we can't say enough. And I'm sure I speak for John here, for Mr. Hodges, Mr. Taylor, all the staff that's here. You know, they handle these kids, they give them food, they give them discipline if needed, they give arts and crafts such as that that I can't provide, but they can, and it's a great, and it helps the town in so many ways. So a big thank you from our town to all those that contribute.
Well spoken, Gary. And John, you're in school all day, so you get to see these kids. The fact that there's a place to go after school, that it sort of continues the lesson of the day, because there are arts and crafts in this room, but it's homework in the other room.
So important. As I walk in, I see the kids in school, and I'm looking at them now. They have big smiles. They're happy to be here, and it connects our town with this organization, and it builds relationships, and it has a positive effect on our school. And everyone knows we have the best kids in Gloucester County, or probably the state. So it's a great event here.
Well, certainly in Group 1 football.
Absolutely. I kept the mayor informed through text message. Congratulate Coach Howard and the Red Raiders for just a great day.
Great year. In fact, the two-point conversion made national television. We're going to talk about that in the community notes. Stay with us. We're coming right back. This is one of those fun shows. It's almost Christmas time, but as Robert Taylor mentioned, if you're in a position in closing out the year and have a little bit that you can donate, this is a very good place to put that money to work, because you can see the results as soon as you walk in the door. We'll be right back after this word.
I'll be Willie and there's George. Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Welcome back. Our program continues here on Penline Street in the Paulsboro chapter of the Boys and Girls Club of Gloucester County. With me now is Alphonse Giampola in his role as fire chief. Of course, he's also a sitting councilman. But in addition to those things, which we're going to talk about in this segment, he also is continuing the Christmas food drive that his mother did for so many years and helped so many people. Alphonse, let's start there, because we're taping this show on, what is today, December the 8th or December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. 75-year anniversary. So it's December 7th, so tell us where you are in the project.
It's a 28-year project. This is 29.
That's hard to believe.
We have it scheduled to put the baskets together on the 16th, and Santa Claus is going to deliver on the 17th. We have the post office that's going to be picking up food, and the Honor Society from the high school. They're going to be passing out. We got, I think they're bright pink or lime green flyers that are going to be put out by the post office, and they're going to give a time when they're going to pick them up, and we're going to pick it up, take it to the firehouse. Anybody that wants to drop anything off or donate anything, bring it to the firehouse. When somebody's there, we're going to put it away. We'll sort it on the 16th, pack up boxes, and deliver it with Santa Claus on the fire truck on the 17th.
It's just a wonderful community project. Your mother was always very, very focused on what she called working families that just needed a little bit of something.
And we're doing the same. We haven't changed it any, other than we put my mom's name in it.
Oh, I like that very much.
So we're staying the same group, concentrating on working families that just can't make ends meet, and senior citizens.
Wonderful. Yeah, good project. So keep your eye out for that. And by the way, if you don't live in Paulsboro and like to be involved and maybe make a donation to that as well, why don't we just have them call Municipal Building, where we did call it?
Call my wife, 856-599-0017.
And that's just for food. That's not for social purposes.
For food.
Okay. That's if you want to donate food. That's not for anything other than that. Now, as chief of the fire department, got a few things as well going on we'd like to touch on. Why don't you pick up, Alphonse? You're doing a program in the high school. It's pretty unique.
Yes. Believe we're the only one in the state to have it. It's a public safety club. We started it. We have about 26 kids. With the help of the Boys and Girls Club, they've brought some of their students down there and other ones that have gotten from the high school. So we have about 26 kids in it, and we're giving them the backstory of being a public safety person. What it is to be a fireman, a policeman, a dispatcher, emergency management. One young lady wants to be a civil engineer, and how that ties into being in emergency management and when there's a disaster and what you need. So it's very, very successful, and we're proud of it. Myself and Chief Marina, we sort of brainstormed the child to start it, to give the kids choices when they go to college.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. It also puts them in touch with an area that they will only see from a distance.
Yes.
It's very valuable. Now, there are signs around town that says volunteers needed. It's actually a very important drive that's taking place involving our volunteer fire company. Al, you want to touch on that?
Yes, we are in dire need of volunteers. It's very, very difficult when you have a fire, and especially during the day, and you don't have anybody there. You're calling every town around you to get. It's not a unique problem. All of us do it. So we have a volunteer drive on. We're trying to get anybody that has some free time. If you can just drive, or if you can drag hose, or if you can sweep, push a broom, to be able to come out and just help us. We had a call in Gibbstown the other morning. We had 2 o'clock in the morning. We only had 2 people show up. It gets concerning when it's the call goes out for help, and because of work and work needs, and again shortage of manpower, that we do that. Eventually, we got the people there, but it took longer than what we needed.
Yeah, and thank God in that case there were no injuries. But fire response is critical. We rely on these volunteers. They save a great deal of tax money not having to have a paid fire department. But as the chief is outlining, help is needed. It does not cost anything to train, correct? If you're physically able.
If you're physically able, we pay for all your training. Gloucester County Fire Academy, even Keene University, there's programs through there, and we pay for it. It's all funded by us. You just have to show up and be a willing participant.
Very good. Thank you, Alphonse. Good visit. Remember, the Giampola Christmas food drive is going to be taking place. Keep an eye out for those cards. We'll be right back, and we'll continue here from the Boys and Girls Club. Where's my audience?
Welcome to Skin Friends, a comfort store offering natural and organic products. We are your home for aromatherapy, boasting a huge collection of essential oils, burning oils, body and massage oils, hand-dipped incense, and exotic liqueurs. Looking for body butters? Come see our handsome butter bar stocked with mango, aloe vera, and shea butters. Skin Friends features black seed oil and moringa products. We carry natural topical pain-relieving ointments and over 40 types of natural soaps. Tucked away in the Gibbstown Shopping Plaza off Exit 17 on 295 in New Jersey, Skin Friends has hand-picked products you can count on.
Our next segment is the annual Paulsboro High School Sports Hall of Fame. Irma, this was the
23rd annual Paulsboro High School Sports Hall of Fame, John.
Big crowd held in the gymnasium. This is the first year I wasn't able to MC because of the ISU. Steve Anasevsky, I understand, did an outstanding job.
Steve and Bonnie Eastlack, John, but we sure missed you.
So here's some highlights from this year's Paulsboro High School Sports Hall of Fame.
Please welcome Coach Larry Chalkline to the Paulsboro High School Sports Hall of Fame.
Wow, what a special place Paulsboro is. You folks really, really do have a special place and a place in my heart, and it will always be there. I've been very fortunate to have some really tremendous young men playing for me here at Paulsboro, and I can't thank them enough. I'd like to thank the committee for this tremendous honor, and I'd like to accept it on behalf of all of my ball players. To you coaches that are out there, let me just say this to you, and I know we've got some here. Winning and losing is nothing. What it's all about are the memories, the relationships, and when you see two of your ball players inducted like this, it doesn't get any better.
I'm fortunate to have two people that's being inducted with me that I've had a very long relationship with. First, Tommy Gaines, who I grew up with and played basketball with for many, many years. And second is Mr. Troutwine, who coached me while I was here in Paulsboro High School. And to be honest, is the reason I went on to college. He kind of motivated me as a player, more as a person than even as a player. And he took him and his wife, Diane, they don't have kids of their own, so they took all his basketball players as his children. And in the summer times, he would take us to his swim club out in Mullica Hill, many times eating dinner at his house. He just was a father figure to all of us and motivated us to become better basketball players as well as better men.
Going back 30 years ago, I was 2 inches shorter and about 80 pounds lighter than what I am now. So I was a little bit of a scrawny kid, and I didn't think that I was good enough to play, and I ultimately ended up quitting the team. The next day in homeroom, Coach Troutwine came to my homeroom and talked to the teacher and pulled me out of class and took me down the hallway, and of course gave me a little piece of his mind for quitting on him, and also encouraged me to come back. And certainly I want to thank him for that, and I appreciate all his help throughout the years. It's very special for me to go into the Hall of Fame with him. He's been a mentor to me, basically as a basketball player and as a friend.
I believe I was probably maybe a junior, and Miss Riley had a meeting, and Mr. Platt, we had to go to the Dead Man's Hill. If anyone knows that, it's like right off of, I think it's Berkeley Road, I'm not sure. And we totally went there after running extensive there, Mr. Platt, like we were cross-country runners. We actually ran all the way back to Paulsboro High. And of course, I'm by myself running, and who comes behind me but Miss Riley? She comes up behind me and said, "Come on, Wanda, keep going." And I'm like, I just ran. She's like, "You can do it. Take it around the track." I was like, I'm the only one here.
But I did not look forward to the sprints, the stairs, this freezing cold wind blowing off the river at 7 o'clock at night, being hungry and thirsty and still having 5 pounds to lose, coaches trying to get me to my breaking point, the post-dinner and Sunday team runs. All I wanted was to compete. I knew I had the ability to turn it on when those lights turned on or when the national anthem was being played. My coaches used to call me a gamer in hopes of motivating me to practice harder. In reality, I took being called a gamer as a compliment. I took it as a compliment because in my mind, the game is the only thing that really mattered.
I'd like to thank all my coaches and all my teammates for helping me be the player that I am. Big time Curl blocking for me, and a lot of battles down in the wrestling room. Zach, me and Zach battled from 8th grade all the way for our senior year. If we were on the football field, we had to go against each other. We were in the wrestling room, we had to go against each other. So it's just a great honor to be able to be inducted with him. And after all the things that we've been through, I think our sophomore year, we had to wrestle off for the 171 spot. Yeah, I won, but 1-0. Win is a win. But it was just a great honor to play with so many great athletes. Our 2001 football team was one of the greatest that I've ever seen. Give a special thanks to my mom, Leslie Redmond. She was always my biggest fan, always my biggest cheerleader. And if you know me, I'll sit in my man cave and watch my old tapes, and I got to put it on mute because all you hear is her screaming through the whole tape.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back. And as I always say to people, the only reason we do the show is for Irma and Community Notes, because so many of you look forward to it. In fact, I was in the emergency room with my father a couple weeks ago, and a friend from West Deptford who I recognized but couldn't call his name says, I always watch the show for Irma and Community Notes. I feel like I'm visiting with family. So Irma, after 20, how many years is the show?
27.
Jeez.
We were only going to run for like maybe 16 weeks, John, and the hair color changes, but that's okay. But we're still Paulsboro at heart.
For both of us.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Both of us, it changes.
I forget what my rear hair color was, John. First of all, John, congratulations to the Paulsboro High School football Red Raider team.
Just spectacular.
South Jersey Group 1 champs. Congratulations to Salem, even though they didn't win. They really came in there. What a wonderful, one of the best high school football games I've seen. But Paulsboro came through because we're a team and we have that pride.
Well, you do. And let me mention the Paulsboro tree lighting ceremony was the same night, and they made arrangements to receive the football team as we have in the past. Judy McKenzie shot footage of that. We're going to hold that back for the Christmas show, but we got wonderful footage. Turned out to be a great night.
Happy birthdays to Chuck O'Leary, Patty Reed, Joe Doak, Emma Trumbull, Tom Fryer Sr., Willie Bay, Barbara Generette, Kevin McKenzie, Joyce and Mac Gruber, Robert Muse, Elaine and Bo Giovanetti, Pam Hamilton, Nick Ushak, Kyle Adams, Tom Curl, Denise Licardilla, Ann Cavanaugh, B. Weiss, Ursula Hoffman, Craig Kostenbader, Kathy McCann, Steve Anashevsky, and Pat Esposito. And happy anniversaries to Lisa from Paulsboro Scipielli and Nathan Ramsey and Ed and Evelyn Ravely. Happy birthdays and happy anniversaries. John, our wonderful Gill Memorial Library, which is just a beautiful diamond sitting on the corner of Commerce and Broad. Gill Memorial Library will have Frosty the Snowman holiday crafts. 4 to 8 are the ages, 3:30 p.m. on December 13th. And then Santa Claus will visit the library December the 14th at 6:30. So come out and crafts. They have a wonderful time there. Christmas cantata, St. Paul's United Methodist Church on December 11th. And then December the 16th, they will have it at 7 p.m., both cantatas at Clonmel Methodist Church in Gibbstown. PHS Christmas concert, the senior high choir and band, will be next Wednesday, 12/14 at 7 p.m. Billingsport School Christmas concert, and I love to watch little kids with Mr. Betts. They sing Bob Marley songs and Michael Jackson songs with Mr. Betts. 9:30 on 12/15, and then on 12/21, the Lowndes Slacker School at 9:30, their Christmas concert. Please give blood. I've had 4 calls, John, to give blood. I have AB positive. I've given 8 gallons. Just
at one time?
No, John. Not of, please call the American Red Cross. Blood supply is very low. As being a nurse, John, this is the gift of life. And Feed My Sheep, St. Paul's United Methodist Church, holds Feed My Sheep once a month, Wednesday the 28th from 11 p. To 1 p. 11 a to 1 p. John, it's people helping people here in Paulsboro. We are moving forward, and there were over 5,000 people at the football game, and I know over 3,000 were our Paulsboro people.
It was a wonderful afternoon, and again, we're going to have some footage of that on the Christmas show as we work towards that. And I was mistaken. John Giovanetti corrected me. That magnificent catch was on a touchdown play, and that made national ESPN Sports Center. We'll replay that footage when we get to the Christmas show. For Amy Cook, who was standing in for Fred Buchter, wasn't feeling well, behind the camera. For Bill Crane, our producer, who could not be here today, and for Beth, who's watching. Irma?
We new show, and John, see on Broad Street, and go Big Red, and we love our kids in Paulsboro.
Till next time.